The awakening is going to be brutal. Trump is considering pardoning his family to protect them. President Donald Trump has reportedly discussed with his advisors the possibility of granting a presidential pardon to 3 of his children, Ivanka, Eric and Donald Jr., as well as his son-in-law, Jared Kushner, and his personal lawyer, Rudy Giuliani. While it is traditional for an incumbent U.S. president to make use of his privilege in the final weeks of his term, it is more unusual for his own family. According to the ABC channel and the New York Times, these discussions would have included other potential candidates. But the president's children were reportedly mentioned for fear that they would face prosecution after he left office. The outgoing president should pardon himself and his entire family, Fox News host Sean Hannity, one of Trump's main media backers, said on his show Monday. Because the Democrats want to launch a witch hunt in perpetuity against him, they are so full of rage and madness towards him. The president would also have asked his collaborators if he had the right to pardon himself at the same time as the members of his family, and if these pardons could be it as a preventive measure, and include facts of which people could be charged in the future. Donald Jr. was implicated during Special Advisor Robert Mueller's investigation for his contacts with Russian nationals who offered compromising information about Hillary Clinton during the 2016 campaign. But he was never charged. Jared Kushner allegedly gave false information to federal authorities about his contacts with foreign nationals during the preliminary investigation before the issuance of his White House security clearance. Ivanka and Eric Trump are not prosecuted, but Manhattan prosecutor investigated Trump Organization, New York Times says, is interested in tax deductions for millions of dollars in consulting fees, some of which may have gone to Ivanka Trump. Trump's lawyer Rudy Giuliani, who is relaying the president's electoral fraud charges and seeking to have the results overturned in several states, does. Meanwhile, under investigation by federal prosecutors in New York for his activities in Ukraine in 2019, Giuliani is accused of plotting in 2019 the recall of former U.S. Ambassador to Ukraine Marie Yovanovitch, and of relaying pressure from Trump on the Ukrainian authorities, which led to the impeachment process against the president. Last week, Trump exercised his presidential privilege the day before Thanksgiving Day by pardoning his former national security advisor, Mike Flynn. Accused of lying to the FBI about his contacts with Russia, Flynn pleaded guilty before seeking to retract in court. Details of the decision were made public on Monday. The pardon includes not only the facts of which the former general is accused but also, in a preventive way, all possible offenses arising out of facts and circumstances known, identified or connected in any way to the Mueller inquiry. The presidential pardon, on the other hand, only covers federal crimes, not those committed at the state level. Among the other names mentioned who could benefit from this grace would also include that of Joe Exotic, former zookeeper who became a television celebrity last spring in the documentary series Tiger King.